police tell me that when the weather starts to warm up in the Electric City, thieves come out to play. Authorities tell me that it's hard to catch these criminals because as soon as they do, a whole new batch of crooks come out of the woodwork. I caught up with a few of the victims who still can't believe something like this could have happened to them. These are the sounds you expect to hear when you think of car break-ins. However, police say the crimes are more likely to sound like this. A lot of these thefts are what Great Falls police are calling crimes of opportunity because people are simply leaving their car doors unlocked. However, Karen Johnson had her doors locked and her keys were not inside when she had her car stolen.
This can happen to anyone.
And it did happen to an unlikely person in a very unlikely place.
On that particular day, my car was unlocked, and they, I'm assuming, came to this position and just came up and opened up the door, looked around, didn't see anything, and then they would open the glove box, pop it open. This is where my iPod would be, and so they would just take it, shut the door, and be on their way, and the whole thing takes all of 10 seconds or so.
It also happened to a Great Falls businesswoman who says her car was stolen earlier this week. She didn't want to appear on camera.
It's hard to sleep because you just feel vulnerable and violated.
Every 33 seconds in the United States, a car is stolen. In the past week, 6 of those cars were from right here in Great Falls.
You just never think that this is going to happen to you.
Most of those stolen cars were taken from neighborhoods on the east side of Great Falls around the Carroll Drive area. Neighbors say the past week's activity has them on edge.
It's also scary that it's on the other side of my street.
5 of those cars have been recovered so far, but they don't always come back in the same condition.
Cigarette box, it reeks of cigarettes. They found a couple of full beers.
People we spoke to say they're learning to be safer, but that lesson came at a high cost.
I went and bought one of these yesterday, and it's just like that one called the Club.
Whenever you guys turn 16, are you going to lock your car door?
I am now.
Karen Johnson tells me that the thieves could be getting braver as she and some of her neighbors are also victims of an attempted garage break-in and several vandalisms, which all happened just last night.
Okay, is there anything we can do to protect our cars from these types of crimes?
You bet, Dan. Actually, a lot of these tips sound more like common sense, but it's easy to simply forget to do them. The National Insurance Crime Bureau tells us that when we are parking and leaving our vehicles, you want to try to run through a short checklist in your mind. You want to ask yourself, do I have the key? Are the doors and windows shut and locked? Am I parked in a well-lit area? And are there any valuables that could be seen? Also, Dan, police tell me that hidey keys aren't safe either, so your best bet is just not to use them. Kara Kirtley, ABC 5.
Well, some good advice there. And I hear some wind blowing out there once in a while. Sounds pretty strong.